I think the problem is I was trying too hard and wasn't paying attention to like what I was trying to do, which is actually making putts. And I think when you go back to that, then we get back on track. What is happening, guys? Welcome back to the channel. This is going to be the final video with Paul here. Not forever. You will be back.
For this, yeah.
But for this weekend, this will be the final video. We are doing putters, the money makers, guys. I don't care how far you can throw a disc. If you can't putt, you are trash. So Paul, one of the best putters, one of the best clutch putters, one of the best, I was trying to think of another thing.
Just keep going. Yeah. I like it. Keep going.
Doesn't miss a putt. Makes everything. The disgusting putter of all putters. He's gonna be teaching us not only what putters there are, but maybe even a couple tips to help people putting at home.
Yep. Let's do it. First thing I want to run through is the type of plastics and the uniqueness of the putters, because as you can see, I got a bunch of putters here. They're not all the same plastic. So let's start with the magnet. I think this is one of the OG ones. It's very unique, actually. It's got this little cutout here, which kind of sits perfect for your finger if you kind of hold the finger out.
Yeah. Oh, like here.
Yeah. So.
Oh wow, like this.
Yeah.
That's how you putt too, right? Yep. You have that, so that's nice little.
When I first started, I actually used a magnet.
Really? Okay.
Yep. Very unique. And then what we talked about, a zone earlier. This is a ringer, very thin profile, kind of like a zone with a bead. This is an interesting one. But yeah. This almost feels like it should be like a lid on a cookie jar. Yeah. Yeah, that's true. And then I think people with smaller hands like the ringer. It fits
because
very well.
It's smaller.
Thin,
yeah. Yep. Okay, cool.
And then the roach. This one I think really shows the plastic, like the tackiness of the X plastic, the soft, and these three are all soft X plastic. Okay. So extremely grippy. Grab the chains really well. If you like to spin it, kind of like throw it, like kind of toss it with a lot of spin. Yeah. This will catch the chains really well.
If you're watching footage at home of these guys, you'll see that there's different styles of putting. Yep. So is there a disc that is perfect for a certain style? Like we were talking about, you got the spin putt, and then you've got the push putt, which is more arm, not so much spin with your wrist. And certain putters might work better for certain styles?
100%.
Okay.
The softer plastic is very good for spin putting. One reason, it catches the chains really well. As it's spinning, it'll stop the rotations. And two, with this softer plastic, you can kind of get a better grip and get more rotations on it.
Gotcha.
So this plastic is very good for that. And then it's just comfort. You know, the roach has a rounded edge.
Yeah, this feels good.
The ringer is a little bit thinner, and then the magnet's got that big notch out if you like to have your finger on the outside. Yeah. So that's those three right there, and all in the X plastic. Then we got.
Should I throw these?
Go for it.
Right now and just see?
Go for it.
We'll do a little tester and just see how they feel.
See the spin putt.
Yeah. That's what I'm putting, spin. I'm a little spin putter. All right, we're at 15 feet.
Nice
okay, good thing that one grabbed because that was kind of high. All right, this is the lid one here.
All right, 3 for 3.
So far, so good. I'll take that.
Now we got the old school here. We got the rattler and the putter or puttar, whatever you want to call it, however you want to pronounce it. But yeah, talk about how they feel compared to those last ones you just had.
Okay, so this one almost kind of feels like a mini Ultra Star. Yep. It definitely has the rim that's similar to what an Ultra Star is. Mm-hmm. It has that softness too.
This is the D plastic and the D line, and then this is actually a little thinner version of.
Oh, it's just a small. One. Okay, cool.
Yep.
The Rattler. This one's a little bit. Yeah, this one's got a little bit more sharpness, I would say. There, it's not as rounded, and yeah, it's a little thinner. If you guys can kind of see one of the lips versus the other lip, it's a little bit thinner.
And people like to approach with these as well. They once they hit the ground, they kind of stop. You can almost feel like you're playing catch with the basket more so than putting. Okay. You're just kind of playing catch with like your friend over their basket. So
do you have how many putters do you have in your bag?
I carry putting putters. I'll carry 2.
Putting putters meaning you're actually making it into chains.
Strictly putting, and
they're not hitting the ground.
Yes.
Ideally.
Yep. Okay. And then I have some that I like to throw, and just strictly use for throwing, so they're a little bit more durable. They'll last throughout the season. Okay. If I putted and threw with the same putters, I'd be done with them in a week or a month. Sorry. So
Okay, so you want to have basically a putter that's going to be chains only, and then a putter that's more for laying up, or even like you said,
driving.
Sometimes people can throw these things 300, 400 feet.
Correct.
All right. We'll give these a. These will
be interesting.
We'll give these a rattle. You know what I'm saying? The rattler.
There we go. 5 for 5. 5 for 5. So
moving on.
There we go.
All right, I already like this one. I don't even know what it is. What's this?
You got Master Yoda on
Master
that one.
Yoda. What is this one called?
Challenger.
Okay, so, it's a Challenger, but it's a Star Wars
stamp. Yep.
Okay.
So Challenger has actually 3 molds to it. You got the regular Challenger here.
Okay.
You got the Challenger SS, which is the straight, more understable version.
Okay.
And then you got the Challenger OS for overstable. So each one's built a little bit different. We'll start with the SS real quick.
Am I gonna really like these two?
Feel the difference.
Am I gonna feel the difference when I throw them? Like one's trying to do a little bit, even from 15 feet.
Not as much for 15 feet, maybe 25, 30.
Okay.
But the first thing you'll notice is this has a little bit rounder of an edge there compared to something like the OS, where it's actually got that bead to it.
It does have that bead.
But they kind of have, and then this one's right in the middle. It's got almost like a micro bead.
Oh my gosh.
So each one's built a little different, but based off a Challenger mold.
And these are ones that you can definitely go into a shop and just get some reps in and see what feels good.
Yep.
Because at the end of the day, you gotta have something in your hand that you know you're gonna make.
Yep.
Like if you have something in your hand and you're like, this doesn't feel good, you're probably not gonna be a good putter.
Yes, putters are, it's very unique, because I like to say everyone's hand is a different size.
Yeah.
So everyone's gonna feel the putters differently. So find what's comfortable, and then you can go from there.
All right, we're going, this has a 0.7 up arrow. Not sure. Oh!
You had the touch. You had the touch.
Yeah, that was.
You had the touch.
Should I try to jam this one in a little bit?
You got Master Yoda.
Master Yoda, a little jam sesh. Oh, I don't have the jam sesh yet. Okay, go back to the touch.
Nope.
What just happened? Is that just okay? Well, all right, moving on.
We're gonna act like that never happened.
Yeah, we're gonna act like the double lip. What do you call that when it hits the bottom of the cage and hits the top band and doesn't go in? A bad throw?
You can say you went off the cage, or you can also say like a chain out. The first one was definitely a chain out with Yoda. The second one kind of left it short, went off the cage.
I think I got too confident.
Got your hopes up.
Yeah, too confident in my throwing abilities.
All right.
All right, these are cool looking.
So these are all Jawbreaker.
Okay.
You can clearly see they're Jawbreakers because they kind of look like the candy.
Yep, I like that.
Know, so it's got all the specs in it. Jawbreaker's notorious for the grip and durability.
Yeah, this is a funky one.
There you go.
What is this?
The Banger GT. The GT is the top. The GT stands for this little groove top right here.
Yeah, so I don't know if you guys can see that, but there's actually like, in this section right here, there is a groove right where your thumb goes.
Yep, so it's got the groove top, which there's also a mid-range and a driver that have that groove top as well.
Now is this just a feel thing? Some people like that feeling of having that thumb in there?
Yep, that's comfort. Actually, there's quite a few pros that use that top. I don't know if you know Bob Julio or not, but
he's loving this. He's rocking this. Okay.
Yep, so
this is a Darkhorse top for sure.
Yeah. So and then you got the Focus, which is, I mean, obviously the name will always remind you to focus before you putt, but it's got this big bead on the bottom.
Yeah.
It's unique because it's got the biggest bead on the putters right there.
Okay.
And then the APX is a classic one as well.
A little small bead on the bottom.
If you remember the magnet, it's very similar to the magnet where it's got that groove on the bottom that's cut out.
Yep.
And then it's got the bead. So
okay.
Jawbreaker. All three are very unique putters right here.
Yeah, these are all very, very different. All right, let's see how the Jawbreaker goes. I'm gonna go with the Focus because I feel like I wasn't focusing the last time. Do I need to tap you in? What is going on? I think the problem is I was trying too hard and wasn't paying attention to like what I was trying to do, which is actually making putts. And I think when you go back to that, then we get back on track. Did those both go in?
Yes.
Okay.
They both went in. So if Brodie can keep that up, he's gonna have a putter like this one day.
Snap.
The signature
These
putters.
are okay.
The
This is what
signature putters.
you want. This is like the dream.
Yes, you could get your name on a disc. So we got the Paige Pierce putter here, which
This is fresh.
I think has a name now, which Fierce Pierce here.
Oh.
We got the Fierce Paige Pierce putter, which is very similar to like a Challenger SS. It's got that rounded bottom, but I think she liked the taller top. So
This feels good. This feels good.
So it's very straight putter.
Okay.
And it's actually got this new little like style of, it's kind of like bursting out there. It's kind of got these different plastics. It's got the Jawbreaker, but it also got the D.
Yep.
So it's a lot of plastic mixed together.
I like it. It's freaky.
Yep. And then you got the Luna right here.
Okay,
this is my putter.
This is fresh. This is fresh.
So Luna, you got the dark, you got the moon.
Yep. I like that.
It's hard to tell on the black, but it's got rubber actually in it. So it's plastic and rubber.
You can kind of feel that,
You can kind of feel that little texture on it.
Yeah, you can kind of feel it.
But this is kind of like a roach.
And you're putting with this?
Yeah, this is my putter.
This is your putter, okay.
It's also in other plastics in my throwing putter as well. So I drive with it as well.
So you're going freaky with saying, I like this mold so much, I want this for my putter, and then let's put a different plastic for the actual throwing putter.
Exactly.
That's kind of smart, because then you definitely get a good feel for it.
Yep.
And not have to have two different types.
Exactly.
Okay.
So the more you play, like when you start out, you'll tend to experiment with everything, but then the more you play, it gets smaller.
You condense it.
Yep.
Okay.
So the Luna and the Fierce.
Well, I can't miss.
Signature ones.
I can't miss with a signature disc, guys. I mean, it's a no-brainer. Do we do it at the same time?
Let's do it.
You want me to throw? I'll throw with Paige and you throw with yours?
Yep.
All right. You want to count us down?
All right. 3, 2, 1.
Cash. Oh, let's go.
So that's it. That's all
All
I
right,
got.
that is the putters, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks again to Paul for breaking that all down. If you guys do have any questions, because again, there is so much information. This is a brand new sport to me, and I have tons of questions. The best way of getting good at this sport is asking questions. When you're out on the disc golf course, if you see someone better than you, go up, ask a question. I'm sure they'll be happy to help you out. And yeah, it's all about just getting better and having more fun. That's the beautiful thing about this sport, is the better you get, the more options open up, and the more fun the sport actually gets. So hopefully you guys learned a thing or two about putters. Hopefully you can find your go-to putter, and maybe one day you might just get your name on your own putter. Until that time, keep slinging discs. I'm not stopping that. That's going all the way to the end.
Perfect.